when you flip the script on memory and you actually know how to get your customers to remember you, right? That's where the money is. There's a reason why I'm doing this part of the business, right? And I run a marketing business because there's so much more potential for helping people in this stage. So what I'd like to do is start off with a little warm-up. I need a volunteer who has a good handwriting. You can write something down for me. You want to help me out, Gina? Oh, you can sit there. You can type it in your phone too. Here's what we're going to do. The first thing that I want to get past is the idea that you're born with a particular type of brain and nothing you do can change it. This is going to be a standard test for memory that's done at Harvard Memory Labs. If you've ever had anybody in your family who has dealt with memory loss, have you ever had somebody who dealt with Alzheimer's? Is there anybody who wants to put up their hand? Yeah, it does affect a whole lot more people than we think. My grandmother as well. She passed away from Alzheimer's. But not to bring the crowd down, but there is a lot of work that can be done with that. There's a number of studies that are very clear that if you train your brain, you cut your risk for memory loss and dementia by as much as half or more. And we can get into that. You can ask me about that afterwards if you're curious about that. I'm not going to go too much into the health side of things, but it's just good for you if you train your brain. It's good for you if you try to do something about the thoughts in your head instead of letting them control you. Does that make sense? All right. What we're going to do is a simple test for memory. And this is done at Harvard. This is done, if you were to take your grandmother in to test her memory, this is what your doctor would do. It's a standard test for memory, but I'm going to do a little twist on it. So what I would like, Gina, if you could take a list down. What we're going to do is we're going to come up with a random list of objects. So what you would do if you had a family member who had dementia, you would bring them into the doctor, and the doctor would do this standard test. It would have about 10 to 12 objects, ordinary things, person, place, or thing, a noun. And he would say a bunch of them, and then he would ask a couple of medical questions, what's your heart rate and things like that, when were you born? And then he would ask, hey, how many things on that list do you remember? And this test has been done nearly 1 billion times. We have more data on this than anything in the area of cognitive science. And the results are not good. Okay. In the past, the 70s and 80s, people would score about 7 or 8 items on this list of 10 or 12. And now we're about 5 or 6.